Hey everybody. Oh, I can hear my tea boiling. Welcome. Hi everyone. I'm Saycon Sengbloh and you're watching Saycon Talks. I hope that everyone's having a good evening. Um, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm going to make my tea and I hope that you all settle in for a wonderful evening of talk and vibes. And look at this selfie. Just gonna make sure I get a few people on here to come and hang out with me. You want to chill with me? You want to come hang out? I hope so. Again, my name is Saycon Sengbloh and welcome to Saycon Talks. I haven't been here for a minute. I gotta go get that water. I haven't been here for a minute, and so it's been about 2 weeks. It's been a lot of changes, but I'm here to vibe, to chill, and to talk and to build. A lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions based off of some of my posts that I've made on Instagram. You can follow me at on Instagram. I'm at Saycon Sengbloh, like my name right here. A lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions based off of the most recent post that I've made. I'm gonna go get this tea, but I'm about to add that to the swipe so people can swipe up. And then I'm gonna go get this tea. But if you are here, please take a moment to share the video, especially with anyone who you think might enjoy this conversation this evening. I definitely have a few things to say about my experience with the Holler If You Hear Me play. And look, it's a one-stop shop. So I'm over here. I'm over here on tech as well. There we go. So I can add that in there. Hold on 1 second. Living life is but a dream. All that comes is all we see. Every block is kind of mean. But we still pray. But we still pray. Whew. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Man, oh man. It's been quite a few weeks, I would say, for my personal life, for us as Americans. Get that good. For us as Black Americans, it has been quite a year. 2020. I think I'll keep it back low like that. I like seeing the baskets. 2020 has been something else, hasn't it? It's been something else. I want to start off just by saying a prayer and giving thanks and praises to God, the Most High, for Chadwick Boseman, who we lost, a very important artist, a friend of mine, a person who we all knew as all the many roles that he played. I just want to give my condolences to Chadwick, for Chadwick, to his wife and his family and all of his friends, and to the whole nation as we mourn his passing. I recently posted a video that just took me back to so many memories. It was a repost, actually, from Kenny Leon. And basically, Kenny Leon had posted that he just posted that Chadwick was a part of the Holler If You Hear Me workshop. And a lot of people were like, what? They had no idea. And it's just still very, very surreal for me personally. Just the realization that Chadwick is no longer here. He actually is here. He's with us in spirit. And I'm just really thankful to have had the chance to know him and to work with him and to see him work. Man, like, y'all don't understand hard work until you've seen someone like that working. And the way that he lives his life, the way that he lives it unabashedly, without hate or drama, just full of love. He's just a lovable, lovable teddy bear. And it was very hard to see him change and, go through everything that he was going through. But we saw him continue to present the most awesome. He just presented an awesome actor, an awesome person, and he just rocked our worlds. So again, I just want to give my love to Chadwick and to his family. I am gonna have a little bit of tea though. Are y'all sipping some tea with me this evening? Let's see. I have a new little setup. As many of you know, I am in a new place. And there's the microphone. I'm in a new place, which changes and has been changing for me. And, I've been, as they say, making it do what it do. Like really, truly making it do what it do. I'm really proud to say that I've actually made a small upgrade to my podcast vibe. So one of the things I always, you guys know I like to drink tea. And I always would bring the different teas on and I say, you guys, I'm not sponsored. Technically, that hasn't changed. I'm not sponsored, but I am officially an Amazon influencer, which means that now all this tea that I talk about, if y'all want to purchase some of it, you can purchase it. You can purchase it from my link. Today, I'm drinking Bigelow Earl Grey. I'm not sponsored by them, but if you choose to use my link to order you some Bigelow to your house, then I'll get a small fee. Of course, you don't have to use my link. I just have to let you guys know. But any of you who work in business and understand broadcasting and all that would be very proud of me to know that I finally figured it out and got myself some of the affiliate connection with Amazon. So be sure to check my Amazon link, my Amazon storefront. I'll be listing all the stuff that I like. Nothing's in there that I don't like. There's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of Black-owned brands. I recently connected with a really awesome Black-owned brand called Loxanity, and they use Amazon to ship their products. Amazing Black-owned family hair products, natural hair products. I'm just really excited. I know that Amazon, just a quick little segue, Amazon has been, it can be quite controversial, but I want to say that similar to certain companies, other companies where people have ride sharing companies or home sharing companies, Amazon is able to allow independent business people to sell and ship their own products. And they get to use the network of having all of this, just all of this contact. So today, I'm sipping this Earl Grey, this Bigelow Earl Grey. Yeah. So tonight, it smells so good. Y'all know I love myself some Earl Grey. I always say it's a basic bitch satchel. I like my loose leaf teas. And that's what I usually use is my loose leaf teas. And of course, I am sipping in my Saycon Talks cup, which I appreciate all the supporters who who picked up the cup in the SayconStore.com. So enough of that housekeeping. One has to do a little housekeeping. And as much as I love podcasting and YouTubing, I got to make a living too. So I appreciate any of you who have chosen to support. If you're watching, pop into the comments and say hi and let me know where you're watching from, if you're watching. Tonight, I want to talk specifically about Holler If You Hear Me. Again, if you follow me on Instagram.com, you'll see that I posted a small bit of footage reposted from Kenny Leon's post and Io Alfonso's post as one of the co-choreographers on the show. She had all this amazing footage for a show that I did in 2014 called Holler If You Hear Me. Holler If You Hear Me was a Broadway musical based on the music of Tupac Shakur. We started the show. There was a workshop even before I was in the show. It started off in a workshop format, as most Broadway shows start. A lot of people don't know that, but a lot of Broadway shows start in the format of workshops and readings. Playwrights, lyricists, they write music, they write stories, or they compose things, and then they hire actors to perform those lyrics, to perform those words, those monologues, those scenes, and bring the shows to life. And so, during an extremely busy time in my life, I was already in a musical called Motown the Musical. I mean, there was so much happening at that time. It was 2013. I was in Motown the Musical. I was playing Martha Reeves, and we were singing, dancing in the street everywhere. Good Morning America. We just did so much. The show had just opened. My good friend Tane was planning her wedding. My grandmother, God rest her soul, was very sick at the time, and I was trying to pace it out and figure out how I was going to be able to leave to go to Atlanta to see my family. And Kenny Leon, who I knew from Atlanta, approached me with this opportunity to be in this play. And it really struck me, because as busy as I was, I knew that I couldn't deny this opportunity. And so the opportunity became Holler If You Hear Me. Let me go into the live chat and see who's in there. Barnyard says first, TKTKC says second, and then says you should be the second, Barnyard. What's up, Barnyard and TKTC? Thank you all for coming into the chat and all y'all's laughter emojis. So in the midst of this busy, crazy time, I took on the opportunity to do a 6-week workshop. Time-wise, let me let y'all know. On Broadway, we do 8 shows a week. Workshop, you're working every single day from 10 to 6 p.m. or 10 to 5 p.m., depending on the hours of the workshop, sometimes 11, whatever. So you're working, you're rehearsing, you're learning new songs, learning new music, everything. And then if you're in a show, you go every night, you go to the theater and you perform that show. So I was doing some heavy duty stuff, you guys. Let me put this tea down. I didn't bring no honey over here. I didn't even bring no honey. I guess I'm the honey, y'all. I'm the honey. Honey wax. Man, those were the days. Those were the days. I'll never forget when I first started the workshop. They had done it before. I believe Eddie Kathegi had been in the workshop. I hope I'm saying the name right. Just giving y'all a little history. And then when I came into it, Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul, Chadwick was playing the role of John. So basically, Holler If You Hear Me featured the music of Tupac Shakur. The music all spun together in a story set in the Midwest about 2 really good friends. And how drugs and gun violence and a girl intergirl could divide and conquer their relationship. Um, and so, I'll never forget, we were rehearsing over at a Ballet Hispanico, I believe, somewhere in the 80s. Somebody chime in if you're from New York, or if you're living in New York. We were rehearsing up there. And every day I would go from 10 to 6 rehearsing there, and then I would go and do my show at night. I had no days off. And I remember when Chadwick first came in, he was very kind of just quiet, low key, very, very low key, very low energy, like not trying to pull any focus at all. I think he had just come in from out of town, and I feel like we all were working already. I can't remember. Maybe he was coming in from some other meeting or something. I don't know. But I found myself in this great opportunity to be doing duets, singing duets with him, and watching him and Christopher Jackson work. A lot of people know Christopher Jackson from Hamilton and from that TV show, starts with a B. Can't think of the show. But anyway, yeah, there we were working. And I had not seen someone work so hard and so diligently. I would bring Lupita comes to mind also. I worked with her a few years later in a play called Eclipse, but she's another person who's like super hardworking. And then of course they were together on Black Panther. So it was so remarkable to see, my friends together in that film. Let me see. I'm gonna hop into the chat and see what y'all in here arguing about TikTok. I don't know why people call me drinking beer and chilling. All right. So you having your beer and I'm having my my Bigelow Earl Grey. Having my little tea. This is hot. I have to let it cool down. The show ended up being really controversial. Everybody thought that it was going to be a show about Tupac, but it was not. It was a show featuring the music of Tupac. I think some of that was controversial to people. And it was just controversial, and it became somewhat problematic for people. But for me, I was happy to be on that job. It was a really great group of people. Kenny Leon as a director, just these amazing dancers, just a really cool group of people. Jakina Kalakango was on there, and she and I both went to Tri-Cities High School. Shout out to Tri-Cities High School. It was just, it ended up being, for me, a type of blessing. We did the workshop, but by the time the show went to Broadway, some months later, Chadwick had booked the James Brown movie. And so he quit the play, the whole workshop thing. He quit it in order to go do the James Brown movie. So then he was replaced by hip hop slam poet from the movie Slam, Saul Williams. So then you had the love triangle. You had Saul Williams, Christopher Jackson, and me, myself, and I. And you had all the Tupac songs, everything stringing together. You had the story of the young people that's trying to be violent, and the one kid was like the young poet. They used the poetry of Tupac. They used the music of Tupac. It was a lot. In fact, let me get into the comments. Hi, Johnny Walker. What's up? Thank you for the love, Johnny. Barnyard says the Holler play was overly stereotypical. It was emotionally exhausting watching that play. So Barnyard is somebody in the chat who actually came to see the play. I got a lot of different mixed views on people's opinions. Some people said they loved it. There were some people who came to that play like 5 times, and they would be waiting outside to take pictures with us every single time, wanting to have autographs, all of that. I want to show y'all a little bit of footage. I just want to, let's see. I want to show y'all a little bit of footage from, let me make sure I'm doing this right. I haven't used this Share screen. Let's see. Chrome tab. Boom. There we go. Oh, I love it. Just give y'all a little bit of footage. This is from the rehearsal workshop. A lot of times when workshops happen, they set up boxy versions of set pieces and things that the stage management team can move around. This is Chadwick. Oh, God bless him. That's Chadwick in the opening number, My Block. I actually uploaded this footage last night. Again, it's a repost from Iana Alfonso. I don't know if you all can hear the sound or not, but let's see. I don't know. You may or may not be able to hear the sound because I'm not sure how this thing, because I have my microphone plugged up. But let's see. I think there's a new thing where I can move stuff around. Yeah. Loving StreamYard. So as you can see, there would be like choreography, rehearsal of different things happening around. And you can see me in the far right corner kind of waiting. This is another song called Thug Mansion. Man, which is so ironic. Chadwick and Tupac, they can be in heaven together now, right? He had Ben Thompson on the guitar and wonderful Christopher Jackson singing. They were just grooving, chilling. The show had a lot of different things, little pieces to it, to the storyline. But eventually, yes, we did go to Broadway. Let's see. We did go to Broadway with the show. And when we did, we went with Saul Williams. As I say, I'm going to show you some little clips from the Broadway production. Yeah, this is from Broadway.com's YouTube channel. Let's see. Mr. Campbell has some opinions and questions. I'd love to hear about it. Yeah, no audio. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to. Hey, Candace, that's my niece. I don't know how to hook that up, but this is more visual. Y'all see me in that candy striper dress? Boy, Felicia Rashad was telling me about that dress. She was like, "Don't you ever let anybody put you in stripes again." I'm like, "Thank you, Miss Rashad." But there's Saul Williams. Just giving y'all a little oh, you remember, you saw it. I will say you and Saul singing Unconditional Love and whatever song. Oh, where'd it go? Tanya's song was everything. Yes, Barnyard attended the opening night. There's me and Saul. Yes, Mr. Campbell, you have to jump in. Let me know what your questions are. Barnyard says the opening night was off the chain. Yeah, man, it was, look at that. They were singing California knows how to party. There's Donald. Donald was in Motown. He was doing it, excuse me, doing the workshop at the same time as well. Workshopping, but then doing Motown. Saul Williams was going hard, boy. He was going hard. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to attend the opening night and the after party and get to meet all those fabulous celebrities and whatnot. Can I tell you, during the time that we were doing promo for this show, there was so much confusion. There were people who were like, how is this hip hop going to be on Broadway? Excuse me. They felt like, how can, all this cursing and Tupac music be on Broadway? And then there were people who were like, how are they going to have hip hop on Broadway? They're going to water it down. So I think there was a little confusion with the promo of the show in regards to how to promote a hip hop show with cursing and all the Tupac realness, but then also promoting it as a love story. I think they were promoting it as a love story. I was actually in a commercial for the thing, which I have no problem. I was actually quite pleased to be in the commercial, but I'm going to keep it all the way real. I don't even know if I don't know if it was the best thing in the world for me to be in that commercial. Just because I feel like when people came to see the show, it was not really a love story between the woman and the man. It was more, I felt like it was like a brotherly love story. Let me see if I can show y'all a little bit of this commercial. Yeah. So y'all won't hear any sound, of course, but you will see us. That's a little bit of the commercial I'm playing there. Tanya Pinkins, Chris. Let's see. Yeah, the show. No, the show. Yes, the show came after In the Heights and before Hamilton, two musicals that heavily feature hip hop. Any opinions on why it might not have caught on the same way? I personally think that there was. Oh, look at me. Ooh, glow, darling, glow. I personally think that there was maybe a little bit of confusion on the parts of how it was promoted. I think there may have been, some confusion in regards to that. And look, it's been a long time, so I can be, honest that way. And then I will also say, I remember doing promo events where there were some people who were openly campaigning to get the show shut down. Some popular tastemakers and people who were a part of the Broadway media, or not just Broadway media, I'll say New York, quote unquote, New York tastemakers. I remember going to an event and there were people who were upset that the writer of the play was not Black. So to my understanding, the show, which was directed by Kenny Leon, was I guess conceived alongside, I'm forgetting his name. Hold on, let me see if I can. I'm gonna have to go on to like Wikipedia up in this mug. Oh, forgive me, I'm forgetting his name right now. But the playwright who wrote the book of the musical, he was, to my understanding, like a what's that word they use? He was a what is that word? When someone studies underneath someone, like an apprentice. Let's see. Let me find his name. So choreography by Wayne Salento, directed by Kenny Leon, book by Todd Kreidler. So Todd had worked under our wonderful August Wilson. And so I think through their relationship, don't quote me, y'all, this is my understanding, through the relationship of Todd being almost like a right-hand man to August Wilson, and then Kenny Leon's connection to August Wilson, they came together to create this musical. And I believe that there were people who were campaigning against it because they were like, how dare someone white write a Tupac musical? I'm not saying that the story wasn't somewhat problematic or that it could have been better or that things could have been changed or worked out or whatever. But I do actively remember people sort of like working against us to get us shut down. And then also there was, I think, the confusion of, I think honestly, the people who love hip hop and who love theater and love books and writing and poetry, the people who love Saul Williams, I don't think that those people were practically informed that the show was happening, because a lot of them didn't start reaching out until they found out the show was closing. We got our closing notice, and then suddenly people were like, what? Oh my God, what? So let me get into this live chat. I remember the GMA performance. Yes, they did California on the Good Morning America performance. Do you think the show would have benefited from an out-of-town tryout? I think the show definitely would have benefited from an out-of-town tryout for sure. For those of you who do or don't watch Broadway, a lot of times Broadway shows will either have a tryout off Broadway or they will have a tryout. I hope tryout is the right word. Let me bring this camera a little closer. They'll have a tryout off Broadway, or they'll have a tryout in another city, so that they can essentially work out the kinks, work out the kinks and make the show better. Allow the show an opportunity to flourish and be weird and all that. Baby, we went to Broadway. And let me tell you something about that. Sometimes the train is going and you get on the fucking train. Okay, excuse my language, y'all. Sometimes an opportunity comes and they seize it. I believe some of our producers worked in the music industry. Maybe some of them had never done Broadway before, but they had a chance and they were connected to this Tupac material or this Tupac catalog, and they had a chance. And maybe it didn't go right. Maybe it didn't get the love and the shine that it should have gotten, but they had a chance. They had a chance and they went for it. And maybe it had everything but the kitchen sink up in it. It had girls, it had dancing, it had romance, it had thug life, it had all of that. Maybe it should have just really actually been a story about Tupac. Maybe it should have been that. Hey, there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions on what that show should have been. If you're coming in to the chat late, let's see, can y'all see? It's so bright, I can't even. Maybe if I bring it back. Anyway, I'm sipping with my Saycon Talks mug, available on SayconStore.com. And I am sipping on some basic Bigelow Earl Grey tea, which you can click and get in my link. Of course, you can get tea wherever you like, but if you use my affiliate link, I'll get a little something. And I appreciate your help if you like. I'm very pleased to be an Amazon influencer. So I got my little Amazon storefront and I share all the teas I drink. Some of the teas I drink, some of my other teas are not in the Amazon store. But whatever I'm drinking, I'll let y'all know. And I'll always provide the link. So I'll be adding stuff later too. Intern is a good word. That word I was trying, mentee. Yes. There's another word I was trying, apprentice is the word that I was really trying to say. So Barnyard says the writer was the problem. Black, white, red, or brown. He was not seasoned enough to write that script. You might be right. Let's see. That's what Barnyard said. Barnyard was not feeling the writing. And he came on an exciting night. I remember Spike Lee was in the house. People was in the house. I mean, it was an exciting night. So Mr. Campbell says, because people thought it was a Tupac biopic, that's probably why they were upset with who the playwright was. That's very true. That it's true. That could definitely be possible. You did high school and play like Holler If You Hear Me. I did not do Holler If You Hear Me in high school. I did it. I was an adult. We did it here in New York City. The writer didn't have the chops to write that book. The script was says Barnyard. Barnyard was not having it. Shane Powell, what's up? Shout out to Shane, who I did the Marley musical. He said protege. Thank y'all for helping me. I was trying to think of the word. TKC says mentee, student. I was trying to think of that word. Intern, protege. I just said the word earlier. That's the word I was trying to think of. Says there you go, Shane. Protege. What attracted? Okay, let me get to the comments some more. I knew it was a P word. I was thinking of the word apprentice though. So Mr. Campbell asked the question, what attracted you to the project? What is the character, the music, the creative team? A chance to work. Baby, I loves me a Wikipedia page. So let me share y'all this Wikipedia page. Wikipedia. Do y'all say Wikipedia or do y'all say Wikipedia? Let's see. There it is. Share. Boom. There we are. Yes. It stars Saul Williams, Christopher Jackson, Joshua Boone, Dylan Burnside, John Earl Jelks, Tanya Pinkins, Ben Thompson, and Jahi Kears, who incidentally I went to high school with. Directed by Kenny Leon, choreography by Wayne Salento, but we cannot leave out our associate choreographers, Eo, Alfonso, and oh my gosh, good. Why am I forgetting this dude's name? He's a tapping genius who I met in Iowa at the Donna Reed Festival. We had some amazing hip hop dancing and choreography going on. Why am I forgetting his name right now? It'll all come to me all after the fact. Y'all, when I get really super fly, I'm gonna have a technical director that can do all this stuff while I can just sip and it'll pop everything up for me and I don't have to like be thinking. No, not Savion Glover. What is his name? Grimes. Jared Grimes. Jared Grimes was the other associate choreographer. Man, they were all so cool. Even from the workshop, we spent more time. I'm gonna say we spent like 6 or 7 weeks in the workshop, and then rehearsals for the actual play. Maybe we did for like 4 weeks, and then we had previews, and then we opened and we ran, and then they shut us down. Ooh, why they shut us down like that? Why they do this? Why they do us like that? Why they do us like that? Yeah, that was something else. Yeah. I don't think we had a proper chance. And Barnyard is blaming it on the script. At the time, personally, I was blaming it on the advertiser because I felt like, script or not, Tupac's name should have gotten certain people's butts in the seats. We were in a huge theater, the Palace Theater, which is where I had previously done Aida, and which was my first literal show on Broadway. My first Broadway or production contract was the National Tour of Rent, but that theater was huge. It's a lot. It was a lot of stuff working against us. It really was. Who do you think the audience was going to be for the show? I personally felt like the audience for that show, minus his current controversy, is the Russell Simmons 45 or 50-year-old who is like the new 50, the new 45 is Diddy, J-Lo, like the crowd that grew up on hip hop but is now grown and wants to pay a ticket to come and enjoy a good ass time. People who enjoy hip hop, they read books, those people who wear Argyle sweaters with Adidas. That's who I thought the crowd was. And that crowd did not know that the show was going on. In fact, that crowd didn't realize the show was going on until we closed. I distinctly remember doing an interview on Essence, on essence.com about Holler If You Hear Me closing down. Holler if you hear me, holler if you hear me. And it was a great little interview. I was like, oh, I'm in Essence magazine. But everybody saw the interview and they were like, they saw the interview online and they were like, you were in what was that? I would say something similar happened with Lord. Wasn't she thickums? Let me share this image with y'all. A similar thing happened with Eclipsed, in that when Eclipsed left Broadway. Eclipse was 17-week run only, period. That's what that was. There was no other, it wasn't about to be something else. That's what Eclipse was. But similarly, a lot of Liberians and different people were telling me that they heard, they were like, oh my God, you were in a play with Lupita and it's Liberian women. And they were like, what? Like a lot of times, sometimes the controversy gets more press. But Holler If You Hear Me stars Saycon Sengbloh on performing Tupac's music on Broadway. Shout out to Tim Yates, my PR buddy who gets me invited to the cool parties. Yeah, they asked me questions. You've been in a few really memorable moments. Like Motown, the musical Wicked, Fela, and Now This. What do you hope for this show? Blah blah blah. Oh, you know what? Okay, so this article came out like a week before we closed. Yes, the show's playwright Todd Craigler recently recalled August Wilson saying something like, "There's nothing in your life that's not contained in Tupac's music," which is really profound because watching the show, you see that he really touched on everything in his music. When the women in the cast performed "Keep Your Head Up," oh, that was such a wonderful thing. I used to love doing "Keep Your Head Up." Whew. And since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women. Do we hate our women? Oh my God, we used to have so much fun. Look, whether you had fun, barnyard, or not, we was having fun. We were having fun. Anyway, this article came out. Let me close this ad. Here's Lala. This article came out just before we closed. I was like, ooh. Well, it had some exciting press, and now my show is closed. Y'all don't understand. When you've been doing a show, oh, Mr. Campbell said, body all in that bitch. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Step Brother Settles, welcome. The Acid Queen. What is that? Is that something about Tina Turner? Okay, let me get into this chat. Hey, oh, Joseph. Wow. Hello, Joseph Shiro. Who do you think the audience? I said answer that. Okay, so LMA laughing my ass off. The Argyle sweater and Adidas. You really drew a picture with that. You know what y'all know the audience I'm talking about. Hip hop was grown, having brunch on Sunday, might dance on Friday night, but don't go out every night no more because you don't bounce back like you used to, but you love hip hop. You grew up on hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that crowd. Don't forget about us folks in our 30s. I would say I expected people in their 30s to know Tupac, but I was expecting the crowd to be a little bit more mature. In general, the Broadway crowd tends to be more mature, but now there's a gap that's starting to come in the Broadway crowd now where, you know, there's a saying. Do you know that we actually say on Broadway for matinees, they'll say, "Oh, it's the blue hairs. The blue hairs are out here," meaning like people who got their silver hair and they put their rinse in their hair so it looks kind of blue, for saying that the people are older. They might be 70 years old. Like one of my good friends, Donna, her mother is in her 90s and she comes to see her Broadway plays. And that's what a lot of older people do. So I was thinking, so not the blue hairs, but that middle age, for late 40s, early 50s hip hop crowd. Especially the people who love Saul Williams. They gave Saul Williams an amazing opportunity. Saul Williams is a beast. If y'all don't know who Saul Williams is, and understand like the levels that he's achieved and approached with his poetry, something else. So I thought that was who I thought those were people who were going to know. But I think the blue hairs heard about it and were like, Tupac, oh, what's that? And I think they didn't want to come. And my crowd, my Argyle sweater, Adidas wearing, you know what I'm saying, maybe one herringbone, maybe they retired their herringbone wearing crowd, didn't hear about it. They didn't hear about it in time. So Step Brothers Settle says, "I'd like to see you slay the Acid Queen." You got to tell me about that show. And yes, my Argyle sweater wearing brothers. My Argyle, look, my tube Spanx and tube dress wearing sisters. Let's see. New comments. Come on, app. The app is not updating. Uh-oh, I hope I'm not frozen. Oh, there we are. I can remember looking at the investors being so excited after the play opened. I remember thinking that they were about to lose their shirts not long after. I believe one of our producers used to be Rick James's manager. That's how musically, not as in musical, but as in music industry inclined our production team was. So yeah. Absolutely. Wasn't there a lot of Broadway debuts in that show? It must have been a heartbreaker to have it close. There were a lot of Broadway debuts in the show. A lot of, and even if it wasn't Broadway debuts, it was people's debut of being in an original cast. Because this is the thing. People do shows that are remakes, shows that have, Allison Simpson, not the tube dresses. Yes, them wrap dresses and Spanx to hold everything in. They like, we going to see a show. We going to see a show. There was a lot of people in that show who, it was their first Broadway show. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I left Motown the musical to do that show. I left Motown. I didn't mind leaving Motown. Let me tell you something about my career. Every time a show ended or I got fired, well, I never really officially got fired, but anytime a contract was not extended, I was like, time to go. In fact, I think sometimes maybe I stayed a little too long at shows because the contract kept getting extended. Maybe I always think I stayed too long at Wicked. I was at Wicked for almost 3 years. And yeah, sometimes I think that. Although, Lord have mercy, the Wicked fans on YouTube have taken my name and turned it into a green woman with all the throwback bootlegs. Let's see. I remember when Tupac had his first album out. Let's see. I remember when Tupac had his first album out, I was 5. My older brothers played his albums a lot. Yeah, man. Tupac. Whew, that Tupac. I'll tell you what. I'm very proud to have been associated with so many major brands, major music brands, major artists from Motown, the Motown sound, all of those artists. Bob Marley, when I did the Bob Marley play. Tupac with Holler, If You Hear Me. Fela Kuti with the Fela Show. I really have been fortunately associated and attached to some shows that were about the people who changed music. And though it was on Broadway, I wasn't on any of those labels. I felt like I was a continuation in some type of way. My life felt like a bit of a continuation of, all of us who were a part of those plays. We were a continuation of the great history that was set forth by those artists. So there's a guy on Instagram. He's an artist, Benny Yao. He did this beautiful image with all of those artists. And whenever I see that image, I always be like, yeah, that's my career. He's done some amazing images. Oh, they're not trying to show me. They say log in to continue. Y'all, I'm on this new laptop, and I barely did good to log into this YouTube, honey. When you get a new laptop, they want you to put your firstborn, your secondborn, your everything in there just to get to page 1, just to log into your email. So, Lord. Who are you talking about, TKTC? Who messed up about politics? Allison Sims says, right, all the Black legendary music, you are blessed, your purpose. Now let's get into this. Look at this avatar. Look at Allison's avatar. Can I point? Look at that avatar. Ain't she just as pretty? Shout out to Allison Sims, who was the Diana Ross on the national tour of Motown the Musical. Also, my homegirl, my girl, a beautiful spirit, wonderful talent. Check out her YouTube channel. It's growing fiercely. She's giving you tonic music and hair vibes and all kinds of cuteness. So y'all make sure y'all hop over there and subscribe to Allison Sims. You were talking about Tupac. Okay. Okay, so the comment was, he messed up getting into street politics. He should have left that alone. But that's just my opinion. Barnyard says, I think you're correct. And I was like, who are you talking about? And he said, I was talking about Tupac. Yeah, man. Y'all remember the 90s? What the 90s? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that award show where Tupac was on there and Snoop Dogg was on there, and they had been friends doing songs together, and like there was so much vitriol and hate in the air. It was a scary time. My I think my freshman year of college, is when Tupac passed away, 1996. I remember I was walking down the hallway and some girl said, "Did you hear what happened?" I was coming down the hallway, and the hallway used to be dark. I used to kind of try to walk fast before the door shut while a little bit of light from outside was creeping into the door. And I remember walking down a dark hallway and the door shut. And a girl was like, "Did y'all hear about Tupac?" Oh my God. Like the fact that he lost his life. He lost his life. Oh, this politics and gang violence and a lot of the stuff that's been happening in Chicago and other cities. Man, slavery did a number on us because it has us out here hating each other. We talk about black on black crime, but it certainly was not invented per se by us. That Willie Lynch letter was something else to make us hate ourselves to that level. Google Willie Lynch letter if y'all don't know what it means. Oh, Allison's sending me some love. Yes, y'all, look at her. Look at her avatar. Allison. When I saw Allison, I was like, oh, she gonna be a Diana. I was like, she gonna be a Diana. I think I told you that. I was like, girl, you gonna be Diana. Allison came into the Motown, just a little throwback. Allison came into the Motown musical as either a swing or as one of the other Supremes. Mary Wilson Mary, not Mary Wilson. Yeah. Or I can't remember. You'll pop in and tell us. Gail Turner says, "Hi, Allison. We did the Wiz at the Main State Theater. So proud." Hi, Gail. Gail, Allison, you got peoples in the house. See, that's why I love this type of chat, this type of tea chat. Y'all please hop in the chat and tell me what y'all sipping on. The Source Awards. That's when that crazy situation happened. It was the Source Awards. I want to shout out to my mom. She is probably watching. She likes to watch. She don't comment, but she likes to watch. Stepbrother Settles, you never did tell me about this Acid Queen situation. And y'all forgive my ignorance. If Acid Queen is some shit that I'm supposed to just know about and y'all can't believe I don't know about it, considering all my time on Broadway, charge it to me learning scripts and not studying other stuff. I'm excited about the opportunity to study additional things. Every time I'm trying to give good looks, it's because I'm trying to find my thumbnail. Because once I get off of this live, I'm going to make a thumbnail and pop it in there. Oh, Gail. Thank you, Gail Turner. She says, love you, Saycon. Thank you. Just because I want to share a little bit more of Chadwick performing again. Let's see. My fingers are sweaty. I think it's because my fingers are sweaty because I was a little nervous. Y'all probably gonna see, I think, where I was trying to get my links. Yeah. So that's where I was trying to get my links to show to you guys. But oh look, there's my live. Oh, technology. So here's my YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe. And then whenever you go on YouTube, if y'all don't go on YouTube a lot, y'all like my new banner. You got everything but the kitchen sink on it. But I was trying to keep it simple. Whenever you go on YouTube, you want to see the latest video. Usually videos will show you the latest videos. So here's that little piece. I just wanted to share this again. I know you probably won't be able to hear it, but the Chadwick that I met. I always say to people that Chadwick Boseman introduced me to the idea of luxury. I say this because he really explained. I remember we were talking about like an event, a major event, a major dinner with all these really high power players. And he just always would say, we deserve it. You know, we deserve it. I know that we all talk about being humble, and being humble is a part of presenting life. You know, they say the meek shall inherit the earth. But we as Black people, we deserve all the fine life, the fine things, the fine food, the fresh air, the fresh food, the luxury of life. We deserve it. And I appreciated him telling me that and teaching me that. Let's see. Oh, going back. Okay. So Tina Turner. Whoo, y'all, let me tell you how much I love me some Tina Turner. Love Tina Turner. That would be wonderful to play the Acid Queen. I would love if they brought Mad Max to Broadway, and then I could play the character that she played in Mad Max, but not necessarily be Tina Turner, but be like that character. You know, if Tina Turner playing it, you know what I'm saying. That would be wonderful. Yeah, look at Chad. If y'all look in the corner, you'll see me in the corner bobbing and weaving. I was having a good old time, y'all. Let me have to rewind it and show y'all. You can see me in the corner. That's me in the corner. Look at me over there bobbing and swaying. Bobbing and swaying. Y'all, man. Really hurt to have Chadwick. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, Gail Turner says heartbreak. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Allison says, this is beautiful, says we deserve it, and thank you for sharing this footage. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I know Barnyard was having his beer. Hello, Moniba F. Hello, thank you so much. If you all are enjoying this chat and if you've had a great time with the chat, please take a moment to thumbs up the video. If you're watching from your phone, you may have to go off of the live chat, click thumbs up, and then come back to the live chat. Mr. Campbell says, I'm still campaigning for you to be Storm in a Marvel movie. You and Chadwick would have been every piece of chocolate black love that we needed. I still think they should cast you. That's so sweet. You know, recently some comic book guys on YouTube put me in a video. They were talking about their top wishes for somebody to play Storm. And I was like, oh, what? Y'all even know who I am? Look, a sister gonna have to get in the gym to get ready for Storm. I'm have to get in the gym, and get ready for it. But let me tell you, I love Storm. Oh yeah, the goddess of the Yoruba goddess of wind, of rain, of destruction, of clearing paths. I was thinking about the spirit of Oya when I decided to pivot from my life in another city and bring myself to the countryside. So that would be amazing. Gail says, you ready? I'm ready, girl. Hey, I'll take it. And Barnyard says, yes. Johnny Walker says, I like Black Panther. And I do too. And on that note, I'm going to say goodnight, you all. Thank you all for chiming in with me, for hanging out with me. And thank you all for sipping tea with me. Use those links. And a small little note is that even if you don't buy whatever it is that I'm just talking about tea. But if you buy anything that day, I will get a little something. So I appreciate you guys supporting me. Saycon is my only choice for Storm. I don't care who they get. They're going to have to come back and get her. Thank you. Oh, Barnyard said, first to leave. Peace, Barnyard. I'll see you soon. TKC. Thank you. Fingers crossed. Oh, peace. Peace, 2 fingers. Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for chilling. I'm Saycon Sengbloh. And You're watching Saycon Talks. Good night.